Hey guys, it's Jamie. Today I have another layout for you. This is a layout of my friend's 21st birthday in March, and I'm going to finally get to using the, I think this is like a cut file, the cut file I bought in a haul a while back. I wanted to save this for like a really special layout, and I decided to do it with this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back the cut file with some pattern paper, and I'm just going to show you quickly what I'm doing. I'm picking some colours that I wanted. I decided to go with like a blue theme with a little bit of pink, but I do go with navy blue because I like darker blue colours. And what I've done is I'm just grabbing a few offcuts that I have to see if I could use any of those. And the accent colour that I also use for this layout is gold. So using this roller tape dispenser, I just go around the heart that I want. I do an offcut of the piece of paper, and then I stick it down. It's as simple as that. The one thing with this layout is the amount of time that it takes to back all of the hearts. I decided not to back every single heart because I thought that I did want a little bit of white poking through, and also I decided to do a little bit of mixed media in the background of my cardstock. So if you don't know what cut files are, they are a piece of cardstock that has been cut really to shapes. This one here is a whole bunch of hearts, and basically what you can do with them is you put them on top of your background to sort of add a different textured element to them. I'm using it just as a different type of background, but you can do kind of whatever you want. People do them as embellishments, people do them as titles, but I've just decided to do it with the background because this is the first time I've ever done it. I think I bought this in a haul, and I think it was about $1. That's why I tried it out. Yeah, it is. It's from my Spotlight haul. If you're curious, you can just go to my haul playlist and it will show you where I got that from. So here I've shown you guys that I've backed it. I'm going to cut out backing it first, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the packaging technique, and I'm going to do a little bit of spray. So I'm using the water on my cardstock because I like to do wet on wet, and then I'm going to spray the ink onto my piece of packaging. In this case it is a piece of just paper, and I'm doing it over the whole background. And as you can see, this is a really, really beautiful thing. I did a little bit of purple and blue. The purple is Laid Back Lilac, and the blue colour, the deep blue, I think is called After Midnight, I believe. They're both dilutions and they're water activated. I'm just using the paper towel here just to dab off all the excess because I wanted it to be a bit more of a watercoloured look rather than just, you know, blah, I'm ink, I'm here, I'm in your face. So the reason I've done the whole background is because I have the cut file, which means that I can actually use that as sort of the white element. I love having white backgrounds for my layouts. It's just my style. That's what I like. And I'm adding a little bit of water here just with my hands to kind of pick it up and give it a... I just think of, you know, like acid wash jeans, how they're like blotchy and bleached. I think it looks like that. So here I've backed the whole thing. All I did was, like I showed you before, just backed it and put it on. And now I'm going to stick it down on top of the mixed media background. So I'm just using the roller stamp, the roller stamp? No, it's not a roller stamp. The roller tape. It's just double-sided tape. I'm using that, and I'm going to stick it down. I also used a little bit of glue just on the parts where it had not sort of stuck completely, and I just stick it down. It was quite easy. This layout, besides doing that background there, took not that much of a long time. Hey from the future, I'm re-recording this voiceover because I had a cold. So here I am just sticking it down, and I believe that that's pretty much the background done. I don't do much else because this is such an in-your-face background, which if you've seen a few of my videos, if you're a regular watcher of me, you know that I don't do really in-your-face backgrounds. Pattern paper backgrounds and cut files aren't my normal thing. So I kind of needed to tone it down with the embellishments and the title. So here I am with the photo, and I decided to just mat it on some vellum, I believe, because again, I wanted more of a toned down for the rest of the embellishments and the layout because the background is so in your face. I'm just using some double-sided tape. The reason I'm not using the roller tape is because it ran out. I was using it on a lot of layouts. Here's the vellum. This vellum, I believe, is from Craft Online. And now I'm just using some gold glittery paper. I kind of wanted to, I know I said that I wanted to tone down this, but this was sitting right next to me when I was doing this layout, and I thought, as it is a 21st birthday layout, it's a celebration layout, I needed something to pop. I like
kind of having stories, but without having a story, I guess. I like to have a use for my embellishments and choices of things, so I wanted to go a little over the top with the gold glitter. So I'm just cutting that out here, and I'm also going to put some double-sided foam tape on the bottom because I did want it to stand out above the background, because when I put it down, it felt too... like it wasn't the focal point, and I like my photos or my title to be my focal point, and with this one I wanted it to be the photo, so I just used some foam tape for that and stuck it down. I used wet glue, not just the double-sided tape, because of the fact that the background is so thick, and I thought I needed some wet glue to really make it secure. So I'm just going through this embellishment pack here. This is the... I believe it's Journal Studio from Crepe Paper. They have some really nice embellishments in this pack, and I kind of wanted to pull some different colours. And I know what you're thinking. You're using an orange embellishment on a blue and purple and pink layout. But the reason I'm using that orange piece is because, again, I wanted to stand out. I wanted a colour that I hadn't used, because everything was sort of really sinking into the layout and not looking like it was a distinctive element. And with this one, I really wanted it to look distinctive. This is a ephemera pack from the Reject store, and I'm just going through it. This was the first time. I think it's called Mimosa Sunday, and I just was going through it to try and look for some, I guess, party elements, because this is sort of a celebratory... I think it's a Mother's Day pack, I believe. I could be wrong, but it had a lot of like champagne and flowers and things like that I guess you could maybe associate with Mother's Day or something like that. So I went through that, and it also had a whole bunch of gold foil... I'm going to call them florals. I've said this in a lot of videos. I don't know what they're called. The leaf things that you can see on the corner there. This was also the first time I went through this embellishment pack, and I believe I settled on the champagne glass and the bottle of champagne. Here in Australia, if you didn't know, 21 is not our drinking age, so it's not a big deal for us here, but I thought, go with the theme 21, everyone gets excited, so I thought I would go with sort of the champagne beverage, that it would be a fitting element to the layout. So here I am, I've chosen all my embellishments. When I'm doing embellishment clusters, I do kind of just go through packs, pull out what I think I'm going to use, but I don't always stick to that. If I am putting the cluster together and I don't think I actually like a piece that I grabbed out, I just put it off to the side. I'm not forcing myself to use the things I grab out. So these are just some packs of thickers that I have, and I'm going to use these glittery blue ones. They're thickers. I'm not sure what the name of it is. If someone knows, just ask and I can look it up for you. But I decided to go with the title Party Time because it's party, obviously. So I'm just going to stick them all down, and using my little tip, use the clear packaging of the thickers if you are very pedantic about the positioning of your offers. If you don't care, which is perfectly fine, go for it, stick it down. But if you're someone who likes things to be positioned in a place, or if you're not confident with putting down thickers yet, use the back of it, because it does help you to position your thickers in the perfect place that you want, and you can also see it in the layout. So here I have already stuck it down, because I did need to put a little bit of foam tape on the bottom of those thickers because they were not the same height, but I'm just going to use some double-sided tape, some foam tape, and also some wet glue to stick down all of these embellishments. So I'm just going to stick all of them down. Now, there's not much to say, actually. I'm just positioning the things that I grabbed out, like I said, not limiting to the things that I've grabbed out. If I think when I'm making the cluster that, a sticker would fit really well here, or I don't really like this piece of ephemera that I've grabbed out, I'm not going to use that. I decided to crisscross the champagne glass and bottle next to each other because I thought, I don't know, it looked nice and it was more aesthetically pleasing, and I'm just trying to slip in the embellishments. I decided to kind of go with a composition of just being up one side. I was really unsure throughout this whole layout because it was so different to something I'd ever done before, but I did kind of stick to my idea of layering embellishments on top of each other and having little things poking out. And I also decided to go around and outline some of the hearts in the background. I think I ended up outlining all of them. You can't see it on camera, but you may be able to see it in the close-up photos that I have at the end of the video. I'm going to stick down a few wood veneer to add another textural element to the layout and also bring some warmth to the layout. It was feeling kind of dark to me, and I wanted something to kind of warm it up because I wanted this to be a happy, vibrant layout, not something that was dark, because again, like I've said, it's a celebration, so I did want it to be really lively. And I think that is pretty much this layout done. I think I do put a couple of puffy stickers on, possibly. Here we go. No, it's a roller stamp, so I think it just says like you and me or happy days, you know, the generic saying. And then I think I'm just going to put a few tiny word stickers on there because it's not a layout for me unless there's a tiny word sticker on it. It is my pivotal embellishment that I think if I looked through my albums there would not be a layout without one on there. So this is from the Beautiful collection by Simple Stories, I believe, and I'm just picking some of the black ones to use the black from that photo. And here is some of the puffy stickers. These are puffy stickers from Crepe Paper Journal Studio, and this one in my hand right now is also from the Reject Store, that Mimosa Sunday one, and I think I just grabbed potentially a bottle of champagne again. I really went all out on the whole champagne vibe here, and I'm just adding a few sprinkles here. This is something that I have found through my experience with scrapbooking of adding tiny embellishments when you think something isn't complete. This layout I feel like it isn't complete still. I think it's because it's something so new that I'm still really unsure of. I think if I had done a lot of cut file layouts before, then it would be normal, and at this point, looking back on it now, I kind of wish I had stopped. I just keep sticking things down and I think there's too much going on, but I still like the layout. It's not my most favorite layout ever, but I still like it. I think it's nice. I think it's definitely stands out in my album, which is what I wanted it to do. Thanks for watching, everybody. I've got some close-up photos for you at the end. I hope you all got inspired. I'll see you next time. Bye!